Welcome to the news update on AFRICUNIA television, bringing you updates around the world from our studio in the nation's commercial capital, Lagos, Nigeria. I am Deborah, Ezeh, and many thanks for joining me. We begin from Nigeria. The total number of registered voters in Nigeria may have risen from 84 million to 96.2 million. This is according to the latest voter statistics released by the Independent National Electoral Commission, which states that 12.2 million voters registered in the continuous voter registration that ended on Sunday. According to INEC, the Northwest Geopolitical Zone, which comprises the 7 states of Sokoto, Zamfara, Kano, Kaduna, Katsina, Kebbi, and Jigawa, with a total of 22.67 million registered voters, has the highest number of registered voters. Lagos maintained its position as the state with the highest number of registered voters, increasing its figure from 6.5 million to 7.1 million. And now Kano State also maintained its second position, adding 569,103 new voters to increase its number to 6.02 million. Some other states with a sizable number of registered voters are Delta with 3.3 million and Oyo 3.3 million. Also, Ekiti retained its position as the state with the lowest number of registered voters, despite rising from 909,967 registered voters to 1,304,911. Now moving on, the Academic Staff Union of Universities on Monday announced the extension of its ongoing strike by 4 weeks. The union's president, Professor Emmanuel Oshodeke, disclosed this in a statement. And according to Oshodeke, the decision was to give the government enough time to resolve all outstanding issues with the lecturers. The rollover strike action is with effect from 12:01 a.m. on Monday, August 1st, 2022. The statement reads. Now, speaking further in the statement, ASUU said NEC viewed with seriousness the recent directive given by the President and visitor to all federal universities that the Ministry of Education, in consultation with other government officials, should resolve the lingering crisis and report to him within 2 weeks. And still in Nigeria, no fewer than 25 persons were killed at the weekend in Plateau State. The deaths were due to attacks by suspected Fulani military and a clash of vigilante operative with bandits. A clash between a vigilante group and bandits in Bangalala town, Wase local council of the state, has claimed 18 lives on both sides. Also, a suspected Fulani military attack on Danda Chugwi community in Jos South on Sunday left people dead and others injured. Confirming the incident to journalists yesterday, the National Publicity Secretary of Birum Youth Molders Association, Wantenwa, said the Danda Chugwi killings came less than 24 hours after 18 persons were killed during a clash between bandits and the vigilante group in Wase. And our police public relations officer, DSP Alfred Alabo, said the vigilantes may have unknowingly committed murder during the attack. Away from Nigeria, Algerian President Abdelmadjid Tebboune called on Sunday evening for the military in power in Mali to return to legality as soon as possible. I call on the current leaders of Mali to return to legality as soon as possible, to give voice to the people and to go to elections. As long as the Algeria's agreement is not applied, the problem in Mali will persist, the Algerian president said. Terrorism exists in Mali, but some of it is fabricated. The Algerian president accused, saying that some parties do not want the situation to improve and that the deterioration of the situation in Mali sharpens the appetite of certain states, which he did not name. Now, still on the African scene, the death toll from weekend flooding in the eastern Uganda town of Mbale has risen to 22, with 10 seriously injured, police said yesterday. Now, 2 rivers burst their banks after heavy rains caused mudslides, causing widespread damage and forcing hundreds of residents to leave their homes, and some of the victims were found trapped in a minibus, adding they were mainly relatives and friends who were on their way to a party but were swept away by the flood. Now, according to reports, 5 bodies were recovered from the submerged minibus as rescue teams searched for other possible victims around the wrecked vehicle. Joint Police, Army, and Red Cross teams continue to search for the many people who have been reported missing since the floodwater engulfed homes, bridges, shops, and roads. Authorities have advised people to move to safer areas as the rains continue to batter Mbale, which is about 300 kilometers northeast of the capital, Kampala. We now go on a short break, and when we come back, it's updates making the rounds on the foreign scene. Stay with me. And now welcome back on the foreign scene today. The United States killed Al-Qaeda leader Ayman al-Zawahiri in a precision strike in the center of Kabul. The Afghanistan capital, President Joe Biden said the biggest blow to the military group since its founder Osama bin Laden was killed in 2011. And Zawahiri, an Egyptian surgeon who had a $25 million bounty on his head, helped coordinate the September 11th 2001 attack that killed nearly 3,000 people. And the U.S. official, speaking on the condition of anonymity, said Zawahiri was killed when he came out on the balcony of a safe house in Kabul on Sunday morning and was hit by hellfire missile from a U.S. drone. Now justice has been delivered and this terrorist leader is no more, Biden said in remarks from the White House on Monday. No matter how long it takes, no matter where you hide, if you're a threat to our people, the United States will find you and take you. He said he had authorized the precision strike in downtown Kabul and that no civilians were killed. 3 spokespeople in the Taliban administration in Kabul declined comments on Zawahiri's death. Now up next are the several reactions of the killing of Al-Qaeda leader Zawahiri. Stay with me. And moving on from that, Pakistan's Election Commission ruled on Tuesday that former Prime Minister Imran Khan's party has received illegal funds, several local TV channels said. In a case that has dragged on for years, Khan's party was accused of receiving funds from abroad, which is illegal in Pakistan. The decision could pave the way for the banning of Khan and his party from politics. Still on the foreign scene, Taiwan is preparing its air raid shelters as rising tension with China and Russia's invasion of Ukraine raised new fears about the possibility of a Chinese attack on the democratic island. China considers Taiwan its territory and has increased military activity in the air and sea around it. Taiwan vows to defend itself and has made strengthening its defense a priority with regular military and civil defense drill. The preparations include designating shelter where people can take cover if Chinese missiles start flying in, not in purpose-built bunkers but in underground spaces like basement car parks, the subway system, and subterranean shopping centers. Shelter entrances are marked with a yellow label about the size of an A4 paper or piece of paper, but the maximum number of people it can take. A senior official in the city office in charge of the shelter said events in Europe had brought a renewed sense of urgency. We now head to the sports scene. Chelsea are in advanced talks to sign Brighton left-back Marc Cucurella and are willing to pay the sum of £50 million asking price for the Manchester City target. The Spaniard handed in a transfer request on Friday in a bid to put through a move to City, but the Premier League champion will now pay Brighton asking price, with Chelsea now in pole position to sign the 24-year-old. The Seagulls had previously rejected a $30 million bid for the fullback from Pep Guardiola's side, who were looking for a replacement for Oleksandr Zinchenko after he joined Arsenal. Now Brighton do not want to let Cucurella leave and it will take a huge offer for them to sell, as he has 4 years remaining on his contract at the Amex. However, the left back has now pushed for a move by asking to be sold. And finally, German media has labelled England's Euro 2022 victory a scam after they took issue with a penalty that should have been awarded. The Lioness claimed tournament glory for the first time thanks to an extra-time victory over their opponents who have dominated the Euros. Chloe Kelly's extra-time strike was the defining moment after the two teams couldn't be separated in normal time. England cared little about their fortuitous call and reveled in their victory. Lioness coach Serena Wingman said, "I think what we have done is really incredible. I don't think I've really realized what we've done, but I've not followed everything, but we know all of England is behind us. We have had so much support from our fans, and I'm so proud of the team, the players, and the staff." End of quote. And that concludes the news update on AFRICUNIA Television today. Do follow all our social media platforms on jointopangram.ct, Instagram, Facebook, and on Twitter in that respective order to stay connected and updated with news and other programs. You can also link us up on www.africunia.tv and by subscribing to our YouTube channel on www.youtube.com/AfriCunia TV. Once again, I am Deborah Ezeh. Bye for now.